Hey, welcome back. It has been a big week for us here with the development of the property. We signed a contract with our builder this week, and so we're one step closer to that phase of breaking ground. But as you go through this journey, there's always like five more hurdles that you have to get through. So the next phase in the building process is we have to get the property assessed, and then the bank will lend up to 80% of the loan to value of the property of their projected assessment with it. So that should happen in the next week or two, and we're hoping that that will happen sooner rather than later because that will allow us to lock our interest rate in at that time, and we can't do that until the assessment gets done. So it's another one of those opportunities just to trust God in that and to walk in peace. And in the meantime, I've been up here cleaning up things on the property. We came up last night with the family. I didn't do any video of that, but got a bunch of stuff cut up. The damage from this winter storm we had last week has been a little bit more extensive than I first realized, and a number of pine trees have fallen over. Some of that's not really a big deal because it's right in line with trees that we were going to have to take out anyway. But I've been working on those things. But as I was cutting last night, I wear these chaps, and I don't know if one of them got loose on me, but I had cut up my chainsaw chap, and it was kind of an inexpensive pair that I had gotten off of Amazon. So I swung by our local steel dealer, Hudson Forest Supply, and I got a nice blue pair of steel chaps. They're pricey, but you don't want to mess around with stuff like that when you are doing a lot of work, and especially like I had mentioned before, if you're just getting logs delivered and they're all stacked, you're in a much more controlled environment. But here, when you're dropping trees, even when you have a tree that's felled, oftentimes things can be under tension. You're delimbing stuff, the chain's moving in a lot of different directions, and you don't want to skimp on the safety aspect of that. So I'm going to work through that. I think I'm going to split a little bit of it today. I brought up some of our worm compost as well. I want to spread that over our blueberry and our fruit trees, just kind of get some good nutrition for that available with it. Maybe get some mulch cover for those aspects of things. And I think one of my friends is going to swing by for a little bit, show him the property and get his take on it. He's been asking if he can come up and see it. So that's what we got going on. That's the update from the house thing. We're anticipating that everything will move forward. Probably, if things do, maybe mid-June, late June, we would be breaking ground. Perhaps a little bit sooner, but I think that's kind of the realistic time frame that we have related to these things. So here we go. I'll show you a little bit of the work, see what I can catch here on video, and thanks for coming along. What I'm doing here now is applying worm castings to as a top dressing around this soil. These are from my worm bins that I have in my basement. Now, when you're looking at your blueberries or fruit trees, one of the things that you want to aim for is you're trying to improve the fungal population of the soil. So hot composting, when you're putting browns and greens together and that's heating up, that often in the short time works to break it down, and it's good for your garden. The weakness of it is it's bacteria driven. So you have lots of bacterial populations. But for your fruit trees, for your berry bushes, you want to get the fungal population, and that's the piece that's missing in a lot of soils. And the only way to get the fungal population improved is over time. So you can use a product like this. So what I do with my worm bins is I actually take my hot compost, my regular compost pile, and then I add that into the worm bins. And now we've got something that has taken a year and a half, 2 years to process. But the benefit of that is that the fungal population has really been improved. That's why the mulching with leaves, mulching with kind of arbor wood chips, a mixture of those things, that's really going to be helpful for those types of plants because, again, it really works to develop your fungal population, which is the point that gets missing. And so that's one of the benefits also of no-till, and why you see people be proponents of that, because the tillage, it's very difficult to ever establish a fungal population in your soil microbiology if you're regularly tilling that soil. So I'm going to spread these out, and then I think I'm going to go look for some leaves so I can have some cover here because I don't have the wood chips that I would like to available for all of this.